Hi, and welcome to episode 3 of the Eventcast. Today we're here with Event Concept at their HQ to speak with Senior Account Manager Alice Dapling. Alice, finally, it's great to meet you face to face.
Finally, after all this time.
I know. How you been keeping?
Yeah, really well, thank you. Work-wise, it's picking up. Things are getting really busy, which is great. Outside of work, I'm really relieved that we can actually do things. Apart from being freezing cold all the time as we sit outside. But yeah, I'm really well.
Like we ask all of our guests, firstly, how did you get into events? Have you always been involved in the events sector? Where did it all start for you? Tell us your life story, Alice.
My life story. Okay, here we go. So I've been in the events industry for about 10 years. I did interior architecture at university.
Yeah.
And then about 6 months after finishing that, I actually got my first job in events for Event Concept as an assistant. So came into the industry via event, which was great, and was here for about 6 years and worked within the core sales team essentially. So working with clients, designing and producing different events. So it was great experience because started at the bottom and was really lucky and got to work my way up. As you do. And then was here for 6 years and then actually went to work for another company into more of a design role actually. And did lots of work abroad, which was great. Got the opportunity to work in places like America and Singapore, which was fantastic. And then I looked to move on from there and ended up coming back to event. So I've actually gone full circle, which is really nice.
That really is an extensive background there. You've got quite a CV there, Alice.
I've been really fortunate. And within event, we sit within the sales team, which is great. So working with different clients and different brands, but I get the opportunity to do design as well, which is what I really enjoy. So it's kind of a bit of hybrid between that sort of account management design role, which is great.
Fantastic. So tell us a little bit about Event Concept and what you guys do, what your role is here. When was it founded?
It was founded about 25 years ago, actually. So we've been going for a long time. Initially, we started in lighting, so we just were a technical production company, and since then we've expanded out. So We're now a full-service creative technical production company. So we do full technical production, so lighting, sound, video and rigging. We own all our own equipment, so we stock it, test it, maintain it from our warehouses here in Bermondsey. And then we've also got a scenic workshop as well, so we design and build sets and stages and do all that in-house. And our sister company's a florist. So We're very sort of 360, which is really great. So we can, and we work across both live and digital events. So we're
fabulous.
Really
I didn't actually know that. What's the florist company, the sister company called?
Vivas Carter. So they're really brilliant, really creative, also been going for a similar amount of time. So it's kind of great for us to have all that in-house to be able to offer our clients.
Absolutely.
Every level of detail from the technical side all the way down to design and styling. So that's perfect.
Amazing. So it's one point of contact, one smooth process. And it makes sense to have everything in-house these days anyway, doesn't it?
It's what it means from a creative perspective is real collaboration, which is great because we're all in the same premises. We work from the same site. So that's fantastic because if we as a production company come up with an idea, that can link really closely with florals and styling, which is really important.
Can you tell us a little bit about the studio space here? How does it work, with the facilities and your clients coming here with the recording, etc.? Has it?
The last 12 months have obviously been quite a challenge for our industry. So in March last year when live events sort of disappeared, we've been doing digital for about 5 years, but we very much, I think like everyone, had to pivot into doing digital. And we found that we actually, we've got a great space here in our offices. So we've turned about a third of our office space into facilities to support digital events. So we have a broadcast hub, which is our master control room, which supports live streaming and that side of it. And then we've built studios, which is really great. So we've designed and built them so they're really flexible for different types of events with broadcast quality camera equipment, lighting and things like that. So they're really fantastic. And we've also got a green screen setup as well. So it all is designed and maintained and run by us, which is great. So it's really flexible.
Definitely gives you lots of versatility.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah.
I mean, look, as you know, it's been a difficult time for live events. So a lot of companies have made that transition from live to virtual. But you guys have actually been pioneering this for quite some time, haven't you? The virtual and hybrid. Tell us a little bit about how virtual events work, because up to this day, you know, I've been explaining over the last year to clients how the virtual events were, and they seem to think that everything's Zoom and Microsoft Teams and set up a link on the computer and off you go. But there really is more to virtual and hybrid events than that, isn't there?
Yeah, there's so much more. I think, 12 months ago, the idea of a digital event was quite a daunting prospect. I think it was quite overwhelming for clients. So that we were there to sort of offer reassurance and help guide people through it. And we've certainly built our digital offering and really spent the last 12 months expanding that. But I think whilst everyone really misses live events, I know that we can't wait for them to come back. I think there's so much more scope within a digital event than maybe people realise. And actually you can see, you can take what would be your live event and you can realise it digitally. There's so many different sort of tools and features that you can include. I think it's all about audience engagement. That's the key thing. There's the phrase Zoom fatigue gets flown around a lot, and Zoom is great, but I think everyone wants to upgrade their Zoom call, which is understandable. I think so that's why we're here, and I think we've developed our own virtual platform, which is great. So that's really popular, and there's a lot of traction and interest with that, which is fantastic because it's got great versatility and it's completely customizable. So you can make it look. We can design it to suit each client and their brand, which is brilliant. So
yeah, you've taken digital events to a whole nother level. I mean, your work looks incredible. I've spoken to you on a number of occasions, and I was drawn to you guys last year when I first started to make the transition within our company. That there wasn't many suppliers that I felt to work with in terms of the way they portray how they put these things together. But I think it was really clear the way your company market virtual and hybrid events, and there seems to be some sort of clear path as to how you produce them from start to finish, which is, I know we've spoken quite a few times, and we are eventually looking forward to working with you guys, and I'm sure we will. So I mean,
we are really fortunate. I think one of the great things about Event Concept and the business is the people. Really, there are some like super talented, really experienced people within our business that transcend across technical and design and project management. So we're lucky that we have those people in-house, that we own the kit. So we've been able to really develop and refine that offering for our clients, which is great. But I think as an industry, I think what maybe the last 12 months has shown us is actually how flexible and adaptable we all are. So it's been a challenge we didn't know was coming, maybe we didn't know we wanted, but actually I think we're all kind of thriving in it, which is great. And I think it's going to be, isn't just going to disappear.
It's here to stay, isn't it? Let's be honest. I mean, regardless of what happens with the pandemic and COVID, I think an element of this is going to remain.
Definitely.
I think so. I think there's a, like I said at the beginning, everyone's a bit like, oh, it's a bit scary at doing a digital event, but actually there's such a understanding for this. Actually, the scope of, the audience you can reach doing digital is so much wider than it would be live. So I think for that reason, that you can go global without actually having to leave your living room if you didn't want to. That's not going to go away. I think that demand is always going to be there. So I think hybrid events are going to be a big thing. It's
definitely opened up a lot of doors, even for us. I mean, we're new into the whole virtual event sector, but we've been contacted by companies that wouldn't have contacted us otherwise, because their team, their staff and their employees work all over the world. They work remotely, and the only way to connect them is via a virtual or a hybrid event, which is fantastic, because it's definitely opened up some more avenues for us, which I'm really happy about.
Yeah, it's exciting.
With Event Concept, you work alongside some amazing venues and some iconic locations. What's your favourite venue? And I'll ask you why in a minute.
We'll tell you ours later.
Okay. Off camera?
Off camera.
Okay, great. We're really lucky as a company. We're accredited in most of the UVLs across London. So, I think there's been so many pinch me moments when you can go into these amazing spaces. You're in the Natural History Museum after dark when there's no one there. And that's an incredible...
Unreal.
It's just and I think at the time you maybe don't realise how lucky you are, but it is. But there are some fantastic venues. I think that the Natural History Museum is really iconic. It's popular for a reason. It's a great space, but I don't know. They're so varied. The V&A is a really great space. But we've worked. Being in say the Tower of London, you walk across the courtyard and there's not a soul in sight. when you're running an event is really quite something. So I don't know if I have a favourite.
Oh, very
that's
diplomatic.
I was going to say that is a very diplomatic answer, isn't it?
Very
But
diplomatic.
we've worked in lots of places, and outside of London and abroad. I think there's been some definite pinch me moments from that side of it. So
No, definitely.
very lucky.
Judging by your work, obviously you guys are a top production company, not just in the UK. You know, I'm sure you sit on the same level as all the global, worldwide production companies that are up there producing great work. So it's really great to see. As I said, your marketing, the images from the events is what drew me to you guys. And also the friendly approach and how accommodating you've been as well. I think my initial point of contact was Adam. I spoke to him once, never saw him again after that, or heard from him again. That's fine though.
He's just hiding behind camera.
Yeah, it was good to bump into him today as well.
Yeah.
But that's great. So what's your biggest mistake whilst you've been working?
My biggest mistake? You'll never know.
Okay.
I think there's been...
Tell us one.
Tell us one. I can't actually think of one, which is great.
Because you're perfect,
Yeah,
Alice.
well,
That's the thing.
never
See, event concept,
I mean-
perfect staffing.
I think there's always something that goes wrong, but you sort of have to laugh about it, don't you? But there's always a way to put it right.
I was actually going to move on to that because something a bit more fun and lighthearted. Is there an experience that stands out to you that's been either really like shocking or amusing?
Shocking or amusing? That's going into the archives, isn't it? For things that I've done. I think, shocking in the sense of we've done some great projects whereby, personally, I really like brand and experiential work. That's sort of something that I quite like focusing on. We've done some great brand launches where we've just taken over venues and completely transformed them, and had, multiple stages and live demos, and and that's been amazing. The sort of audience reaction to that has been phenomenal, and we've been really lucky. I think I had one event where I've met lots of different sort of celebrities. I'm really not someone who gets starstruck like that, but I was a bit like, watch me go, and all these different
tell us
meeting all these different people. I think actually I do remember, and one of my brothers is he'll kill me for saying this, he's massively into Marvel, and at the time I think it was a Superman film had just been released, and I met Henry Cavill,
Oh, yes.
and he lost his mind more than I did. Really nice guy though, but it was really nice to so getting opportunities like that to meet people when they're actually really down to earth and really humble was really great. So, but I probably will go on about that for years, and so will he. I think.
You work with some really good clients as well. We've seen obviously your portfolio and everything. And so are you looking forward to live events returning? I know we've spoken a lot about virtual events.
Yeah. Massively. Can't wait. I think everyone's really excited for the world of live events to come back. I think this has all gone on maybe longer than we ever thought it would. I think it's been such a challenging 12 months. So yeah, we're really excited. I think, digital's going to be here to stay, but in person, live tactile experiences, I think that's what everyone wants. If you just look at things like festivals, they've just started planning as much as they can. So I think that's really exciting for the industry to see what happens over the summer, and hopefully long may it just continue to improve.
Definitely. I think everyone's looking forward to that interaction, aren't they?
I think so. It's what everyone's missed.
The human connection.
Yeah, because it's not just, from a commercial business perspective in terms of, clients wanting to engage with their customers or their partners or their brand.
Energy.
It's,
It's
indeed.
exchange of energies. It needs to happen again. We're human. We need it.
Yeah,
don't
we do. So I think I'm excited to see what's going to happen, but we're certainly looking forward to it. Yeah, we think there's definitely been things picking up. I think no one's really rushing yet. I think there's sort of this move from digital into hybrid into live to see what happens.
Oh, 100%. We've noticed a lot more consumer confidence now.
Yeah.
A lot more inquiries from companies for summer parties, outdoor events, even Christmas, to be honest with you. We've been inundated over the last 3 weeks, I'd say. People are still a little tentative.
Yeah, I think.
In terms of making that final decision, but the inquiries are coming, which for me is the most important thing.
Yeah, absolutely. When the announcements and the roadmap was set out earlier in the year. You know, some clients were like June 21st. We're on it straight away. So there's definite optimism there, but I think it's just kind of waiting to see what happens. And
they're all waiting for that magical date, aren't they?
yeah, that's the golden nugget of all dates, I think, this year in the calendar.
I mean, even in May, there is still some limitations with indoor events. You'll only be able to operate at half capacity. And also, I think it's mainly conferences and business events and meetings. They're still not going to allow the whole social aspect of it, you know, drinks, food and mixing, so to speak. And I imagine there will be quite a few restrictions in place still.
Yeah, I think so.
It's that June date, isn't it? That
it is the June date. And I think, yeah, exactly. But I think we'll all just adapt to whatever, you know, whatever changes may then throw at us. I think that's what the last 12 months has shown. The hospitality sector and event sector as a whole is actually how adaptable and flexible people can be, which is actually really, it's nice everyone's sort of rallied together, because it's been really difficult and been really hard. But actually, as an industry and as a business, being flexible is what we do. It's what we sort of need to be able to offer our clients. So
we've got no choice really, have we? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So have you been in touch, have you been in close contact with your venue partners and everyone else? How have they coped and kept up with it?
We continue to be. We've got some great relationships with our venues and our partners. So again, I think it's been a tough 12 months, but I think what's really exciting is thankfully everyone's still here. So, and there's a real sort of like community, everyone stick together, which is really nice. So, and you know, the venues have adapted, and because they can't open to the public, but we've been doing a lot of filming and things within all the venues and stuff, so putting together some really great content for them. So we've been in touch, which is really nice. No one's gone off grid. Of
course. As you know, our industry's been hit quite hard, you know, events and hospitality, and a lot of businesses have suffered. I mean, some have gone into administration and come back under different limited companies, etc. But it's just the way it is. There's been a lot of casualties.
There has, and that's devastating for everyone. I think it's been really, really difficult. It's not been an easy 12 months. I don't think anyone can look back on the last 12 months and say they've had a great time. So it's been challenging, but
and there still are some challenges coming up, aren't there?
Absolutely.
You know, up until September.
Not, you know, it doesn't all end on June 21st. No,
exactly. So, definitely
but
not.
Seeing, you know, pubs and restaurants do takeaway and how everyone can adapt to what's going on, and the move into digital and then the move back to live and hybrid, I think that's really nice to see. It's really reassuring and exciting for everyone. So.
Yeah. Well, it's been really, really nice talking to you, Alice.
Thanks so much for having me.
Wishing you all the best for the future with everything, getting back out there, and also your digital stuff too.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Thank you. Look forward to working with you both.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Can't wait.
Thank you so much for accommodating us and for your time.
It's nice to have you.
Yeah.
Welcome to Bermondsey. Welcome to
I haven't been around here since Football Factory, actually. I'm kidding. It's changed quite a bit actually around here.
Yeah, no, we've been here for a long time, so it's part of who we are.
Excellent. Great. Well, again, lovely to meet you face to face, and thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to catching up soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, just going to